27, turn right, heading 185, reduce speed 180 knots.
185 on the heading, 180 on the seat Gulf Air 007.
Speedbird 124, reduce speed 160 knots to 40 ME.
Reduce 160 to 4, speed 124.
Well, 9 hours and 7 minutes later. Very good morning from Speedbird 38 Papa, or BA288. We're about 250 miles to run. Just under 40 minutes until we land. We're going to hit Heathrow right at sunrise, which will be awesome. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's weird. You'll be watching this video and, you know, time seamlessly passes and I've just slept for about 6 hours, give or take. Flight sim addiction. What a great thing. Anyway, Heathrow at the moment are doing something called teaming, where they land on both 27 left and 27 right. This time of the morning is the busiest time of day for arrivals, and so they utilize both runways, as the departures are pretty infrequent in comparison to the arrivals. So they are teaming on the westerly runways, so 27 left, 27 right. The weather down in Heathrow at the moment is actually pretty windy. It's 18 knots from the southwest. Actually not clear skies. Visibility is okay. Broken 3,000 feet, broken 3,800 feet. 7 degrees. QNH 1004 with no SIG, which means that beyond that nice sort of semi-crosswind / headwind, everything should be relatively okay. We will plan to land on runway 27 right. I'm not sure if they team. It would make sense to me but this might not be how they do it. But it would make sense that anything coming off Ockham and Biggin would go for 27 left, and anything off Lambourne and Bovingdon would go 27 right, but that is probably not true. I'm sure someone can correct me on that. So anyway, our last fix is, I believe, Honolly. Yeah, it is Honolly. So from Honolly, it's going to be the Bovingdon 4 Alpha, this one here. And ILS 27 right. They all seem to be using at the moment, and then we just throw the bobbing and transition in for a bit of spatial awareness. We're going to be landing with 8.4 tons of fuel, So we've got 11.9. So we can put a landing weight in. Well, it's saying, my flight plan is saying landing weight of 250.9. But let's face it, that's not happening. So so we're landing with 8.4. So we need to take away 3.4 from 250. 246.8 is the landing weight. And we've used flap 25. Pretty sure BA used flap 25 on the 747s. We can have a very brief look at the charts. So you can see what's going on. So I'm looking for ILS 27 right, which is here. The minima is 278 feet. So we'll throw that in the barrow. And starts at 2,500 feet at 7.5 DME, but we'll just self-vector. And we're going to be parking on Terminal 5. So we need to actually just check the missed approach, 3,000 feet. And it's a right turn, you just send it to the right, 316 to 3,000. Let's have a look at the airport overview. So we will vacate probably Alpha 10 Echo, use auto brake 3 and idle reverse. That will get us off for definitely Alpha 10 Echo, if not Alpha 9 Echo. I'm sure they have some sort of performance calculator IRL. I do not have that, so it's a bit of guesswork. We'll park on Terminal 5, any of these stands over here. I don't actually know where this is going next. I could figure that out and park on the relevant stand. But I reckon Terminal 5B is a good shout. So we'll vacate on either Alpha 9 Echo or Alpha 10 Echo, and then we'll find our way onto Alpha. And then we'll go Alpha, and then the Link 58 onto Bravo, and then one of these many stands on Terminal 5B. And that is the plan. Sound good? I hope so. So, first of all, we'll change to non-freedom units. It's 1004 down on the ground, so we can pre-program that. And also the barrow we can put to 280 feet. That's all set. We can actually redo the descent winds just to give it a little bit more accuracy. So we'll send off that request. It looks so nice out the front. Look at that. This is going to be an epic approach. We're going to purge them. There we go. Done. Alright. So that's 149. So we're going to approach. There is a calculation for how you figure out what approach speed to, or how many knots to add on based upon the wind. But we'll just approach at 160. Actually, no, we won't. 149 plus 5, so 154. We'll do 155. 155 is okay. And also auto brake 1, 2, and 3. Alright, that's everything set, ready for our descent. Actually, there's one more thing just to check. the descent restrictions. MSL at Bovingdon +1, so we'll go flight level 90. 220 knots is fine. Everything else looks good. Good stuff. Okay, so for some reason my active sky, although it loaded the wind in, it didn't load the clouds in. I thought it was very clear, so I just reset it and now we have clouds. So we'll just pretend it was clear all the way, and now it's not. But anyway, we're just on the inbound leg towards Bovingdon, 17 miles or so left to go. And then we'll basically just follow it around. There's nothing to it. We're bang on the VNAV profile, bang on the LNAV profile. And the temperature is +2. I reckon they'd probably put some wing anti-ice on, I'll be honest with you. Or is it engine? I can't remember. Might be engine. Maybe not. I can't remember which way around it is. It's on auto anyway, so One of them is to prevent, and the other is to remove, and I can't remember which is which. I think wing is to remove, and engine is to prevent. You know what? I'll just put it back to auto. It should do its thing if it needs to do it. Should bring the yoke back now. I don't know why it was hidden. 9 miles to go. We'll leave Bovingdon on a 120-ish heading. Just continue descending. Hopefully we'll be able to do a continuous descent. I have ultimate traffic on. As you can see, there is a lot of planes. So fingers crossed they don't get in the way. There is a utility in the add-on menu to clear the approach, so I may do that if it gets too much. But the amount of planes shouldn't be that many. Alright, so we're just coming through 10k. With that, I will turn on the turn-off lights, and I'll just turn all the lights on, whatever. The reflection, very nice. So if we just be a champ and do that. Cinematic mode. Looks so nice. That's us leaving Bovingdon for sure. Alright, so we will continue down using flight level change to 4,000 feet. We'll square up the heading. Let's do 130. Okay, that's fine. Do heading select, and then what we can do is we can 270, so we can grab the center fix, the 27 right, bring it up, 270 inbound, and then we have a nice extended center line to work from, and we can use that. So right now we're going to be level. It's actually a pretty good place to be level at 4,000 there. We want to be 3,000 within about 13 miles from touchdown. So this heading, this rate of descent, we're min clean speed, which is the flap up speed, so 222. Basically perfect. It's exactly what you'd want. In real life, often you hear them say, you know, leave blah 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 heading whatever, speed 220 knots or 200 knots, or sometimes even if you're really unlucky, speed 180 knots. So that's not uncommon. There is an aircraft to the left of us, 200 feet below and climbing, so I don't know if they are inbound. If I put the stations on, they're not at Lambourne. So the chances are that's just an overflight climbing out of... Yeah, there you go. I just saw his lights there. See if we can see what it is. Where is it? There it is. Oh no, it might be. It might be. It's heading towards us, so it might be just flying the dog-leg pattern. Right, we'll set the pressure, and then we'll also double check the pressure. Under below 4. 240 degrees, now 20 knots. So the weather has got worse, or the winds got worse, got stronger. See the engine wobbling, that's a nice touch that. It's not so realistic. I mean, the engines do wobble, but it's a bit kind of erratic. Still looks nice though. Right, no seatbelt signs were on auto, so they should have come on by now, but they haven't, so I'll switch them on. We're going to carry this down to 3,000 feet. Now that there is basically perfect. Because by about here, we're going to turn right and spin it onto the ILS, and we're going to slow at the same time. So, speaking of slowing, first thing to do, flap 1. Let's see the slats come out. Oh, it looks so good with the engine shaking. And then we can reduce to the flap 1 speed. Is up 202 knots. This is basically central London. You've got the bridge, you've got the O2, there's London City. Okay, so now we're gonna point it in a southerly direction. Well, about 170 will be okay. And we're gonna run through with flap 5. There is Heathrow there. Okay, and we'll drop down to flat 5 speed, so 180. Actually what we'll do is we'll continue the flaps and we'll go to flat 10. Looking good. So 2.5 miles before the ILS, or before the localizer. We'll just give it another 10-20 seconds and then we'll spin it right. So we're going to go VS, intervene the VS, and start the turn. That's 2,500 feet. We'll do 24250, give or take. And then we can slow it down to 165, or actually, we could do 170 for now. And grab the localizer. Oops, so this stuttering sometimes is really frustrating. There's absolutely no need for it. Okay, we're gonna go flat 20. And we will fly the ILS at flat 20. 160 knots. Looking good. Nice view of London. Oh, looks so nice.
Radio altimeter.
We didn't quite get a continuous descent, but whatever. Look at that wind. It's absolutely beating us up. Ground speed of 153. So we're 148, so I said 155. I'm going to stick to that. So we only need to lose another 5 knots. And with that, we'll throw the gear. And then flap 25. I'm actually arm the speed brake now. We don't need it. Might turn these lights off actually. Yeah, I'm going to. Light enough now, I can actually see what I'm doing. Perfect. Okay. Gear down. That is a cracking picture right there. And we will take flat 25, 6 miles to run, drop the speed by 5 knots. Everything's good. Doesn't look like there's any aircraft on the approach, which is nice. They're all not doing anything at the moment. Very, very stagnant airfield. I do see a BA Airbus going from Terminal 4, which is very strange. Maybe it's just being like towed across the airfield or something. But nothing looking like it's going to obstruct 27 right. There is a guy over there taxiing, but that's fine. Virgin, BA, they're all like maintenance stuff. Alright, I think we're okay. So, missed approach altitude is 3,000 feet. So we'll just set that. And with that in mind, we can whack the autopilot out. My aircraft. Full control. Beautiful. It's a strong wind, but it's relatively easy to deal with because it's right on the nose. If it was erratic from the left or the right, it might be a different story, but honestly this will just be a case of flight into the wind, a little bit of rudder, and we'll be down. All is good. I'm approaching decision altitude, or decision height, whatever you want to call it.
Above. Decide.
And we will land, or continue, as I say.
100. 50.
Alright.
30. 20. 10.
And a little bit of touch of rudder. There we go. And for some reason, my rudder is not working. That's very odd. This happened before. The rudder just stopped working.